Alright guys, so some stuff has been going on pulling tractors. As you guys could tell, there's been a lot of videos just on pulling tractors. That's what's really been going on. Starting here with the SS16, the biggest thing that has changed, or been done, you may notice in the couple pulls that my tires look a little different. I just finished cutting them. I cleared this out here and here, and if you look, this is now smooth. Before this wasn't very cut really nicely, and I wasn't happy with it. So what I did, and this is what a lot of people do, I just really wasn't looking forward to doing it, is what you take a grinder with a 4-inch sanding disc, and you take that to your tires, and you smooth it out. And then on the back side, you just flatten that down at like an angle, just to give it like an angle, almost about that angle, if you can kind of tell. Helps clean it out. I still want to go back, and I want to kind of dig in just a little tiny bit along here on the ridge, just to give that a little bit extra traction. So I cleaned all that out, got rid of the sides. That was one thing I was not happy about. That was not helping with traction. So yeah, so that is how those tires are now cut. A lot more bite. Even looks a lot better too. And then the motor is getting changed. The 16 horse Onan leaking some oil. This cylinder has low compression, not too low, but it's lower than this one. So this engine's getting really tired, and it doesn't have the power. This tractor has not really been doing too well, although it is doing well for a 16 horse in the class. The class that this is in used to go by horsepower, but they changed it to cubic inches of your motor. For flatheads, I believe it's 50, and for OHVs, it's 42. So everyone's running 18s in like 20s. Now, I'll show you what is going in this tractor in a minute. Another thing I did is I added a front weight bar, which is just pulled to the side, and the weight should sit right here. But you really don't need much on the weight right now for up front. But yeah, other than that, that's what this tractor. Now, a new addition. I traded some stuff around for this pulling tractor here. I believe it to be 67 Super 12 grill, and the 67 models is dash. I was painting here and there. Actually, you can see every once in a while jade mist under there. It's jade mist right there where I did not touch up the paint. Same class as the SS16 12-inch Sportsman. You can see what else I'm talking about by the tires. See, some people shave a lot, some people don't. I mean, like, it's just shaved out. The guy who I got it off of recently just cut these lugs out. So yeah, now they cut the tires out a lot, and as you can see, the angle, these got a lot of traction. They are Carlisle 23 950 by 12s. So yeah, that's so you may be wondering what this whole deal is right here. That is the clutch. If you look here, really loose. Now as I push the lever, that tightens the belt. If you look, it's not touching, but the belt's nice and tight, and that wraps the belt around the whole pulley. So you're never going to smoke a belt. Now these pulleys, you pull the two bolts out and you pull the set screw, and this will change your ratio and go from a 6 to 8 in seconds. Which is handy for pulling. So this is your clutch. You put it in gear, and the move, you just move this forward and it operates the clutch. And then this pedal is your brake, which would be your clutch. So yeah, just to give you a little bit better shot. That's the action. And it moves it, wraps the belt right around. And here's the rest of the mech. And it's just spring loaded. You can actually adjust your idler there. It just runs right up to the dash. And if anyone wants a separate video, I may be building one for that. Here's the gas tank. It's pretty damn small. They made a brace for it and stuff. I'm going to be changing the gas tank. I want a little bit bigger one. For the power plant, it's a 18 horse Briggs Oppie post twin. Came over Craftsman, the big cubes. I believe the timing to be advanced, I think he said, and I believe that to be a different flywheel than stock because it's more of a green, and I believe the Briggs had dots for like a screen to go on. If you look over here, ungoverned right to the carb. They made nice little brackets and stuff, and an angle iron mount for the cable to come through and stuff. I think they made an adapter for the air filter, I'm not sure. They made some stacks here. Now, these aren't the original that were on this when this was pulled. Originally, it came up into a 2-in-1 and stuck out this hole that they drilled. Now, this has gone through a couple of different owners, and everyone's kind of changed it up in the club that I pull with and stuff. So a couple of members have owned it. The original owner named it Old Duffer, and it was like that till I got it. It was this type of lettering right here. It just said Old Duffer right the side here, but I changed it to Old Blue, so I think that just suits me a little bit more, and the tractor. Now, I did have to touch the paint up here and there, like the fenders were kind of skimmed and stuff, and the floorboards, the paint was all gone. It was down to bare metal and jade mist. Same with the front axle. And then they made a nice little weight bracket here for your weights to stack right along here, and there's also the battery mount, so I like that. Adds nice aluminum right there. The front tires. There you go. And I don't know where the name is, but they originally were. These were cut out, so they're not a tri-ribs. Let's see where they had a mod to put the motor in. Here's your rear weight bracket and stuff. They chopped the original weight back plate right here. They welded a couple tabs on. Here's for the weight bracket, and then here's the hitch, just to adapt, just to move this and move that up. If you want to go up, and move your bottom, so it's a adjustable hitch. Originally, it was just that hole, which was kind of a pain in the ass when I pulled it the other day. Get the hook out, so I added this hook right here, so that should be a little bit easier. Here's the tether kill for the back. You just give that little yank, and then out it goes. I painted restrictor balls white, put my name on the hood. So yeah, and then the throttle and the clutch. So that's Old Blue. So yeah, now I'm going to show you guys what's going on with the Simplicity and the new motor for this. Alright, so here's the Simplicity. The motor's out because the 18 that was in it, right here, blew. It started to like seize up and stuff. I couldn't get it turned over fast enough to check compression and stuff, so I said, frig it. Here's the new motor. It is a 17.5, but I was told the blocks are the same, it's just the carbs. So here's the 18 horse carb and manifold. Everything's still hooked up, but that's that. There's no motor in it. There's wiring and stuff. But so I'm not putting it back in for the last couple pulls because there's only like 2 or 3 left, I believe, and I need to have this thing painted because it looks like hell. And sponsor said let's paint it. Some of you don't know, but the sponsor actually producing parts and money to build this tractor for them because I'm putting their name on it when I'm done and stuff. So basically what's going to happen is the chassis right along here is all going to be black. This is going to be orange. Hood's going to be white. The front axle stuff will be black because it's attached to the frame. But all the hind joints and stuff, and tie rods and spindles will probably be orange. Fenders are going to be orange. I believe the rims are either going to be silver or white. All the weight brackets and rear end and all that stuff is all going to be black. The engine's going to be painted just like it is. That's the color combo with a nice gloss black. This dash does come off, the little bolts here pops off, and that's just the frame. I'm going to sandblast it because he has a sandblaster, or they have a sandblaster. And then we're going to have it shipped out to be painted. Possibly the stacks are maybe chromed. I gotta first take it to the sticker shop and have new stickers made. I'm not keeping that and stuff. That's all not going to get remade. I'm going to have like simplicity and like orange with black background, like a nice font at an angle saying simplicity, and then this is going to get remade. I want to do something like orange inside the grill or something. This front piece will be orange, I believe. Yeah, but other than that, one thing I did do a couple pulls ago is I cut these tires too. I back sliced these, and I also grooved in, as you can tell on some of them. I grooved them in. The only reason I did that is because this tractor was really at a loss of traction. I was getting a lot of motor but no traction. This helped a lot. I went 5 feet farther with these tires cut. It looks like I took a lot out, but I still need to take more out. I'm thinking like old blues, take 2 out here, then take 2 out here, or I'm going to find a different set of tires like the S-Treads. I don't have any examples in here, but like old blues tires, but they're like at an angle and they're going to be better to cut. So here's the new motor for the SS16. This motor is going to make it not an SS16 anymore. If you don't know, this is a Kohler Command. This is a 20 horsepower Kohler Command V-twin overhead valve motor. One of the best motors out there. It's taken me forever to find this motor. Well, I got my cousin, the one who's sponsoring me to build the Simplicity, got one in at work, and he wanted to put it in an old Cub Cadet and make a resto mod by. I convinced him to letting me have it and let me put it in my pulling tractor. So I got the motor. It's going to need a lot of work, I believe. Both the cylinders, both are going to need head gaskets and valve gaskets, and just every gasket basically in this motor. Like down here, it's all like black sludge and shit. And I'm sure the crank gaskets are bad too. So everything in the motor is going to have, pretty much all the seals are bad and stuff. So everything's just going to get replaced. Came out of a Cub Cadet, I don't remember the exact model, big hydrostatic with shaft drive. So, and then I gotta get rid of all this stuff, and then, so it's gonna be ungoverned, so it's just gonna be hooked right to here, which goes right to the carb. So I'm gonna make a little adapter bracket that'll come down, drill a hole through here, put a bolt, my cable will come through, and then that'll be that. I gotta figure out this whole choke, because I know this is choke, and I know this is like part of the governor, which I gotta remove. So then I'm hoping for 8,000 RPMs out of this motor. I'm going to do pistons, rings, connecting rods, new head gaskets. See what else is wrong with it. I don't know if we can do anything with the cam, I believe. I know some people do overground cam. I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. It's just the club has some strict rules that you're not allowed to do modifications to your motor. Going to get rid of this whole setup here. I'm going to build an adapter for a cone filter. As you can tell, I think this cylinder is the bad cylinder that needs some loving. And as you can see, like right there, the bolt snapped. So I'm going to have to get that out. Maybe get new style heads. Definitely going to shave these heads or the new ones. They're going to shave them. And then I'm going to get the 2-in-1 Midwest Super Cub header, the 2-in-1 setup. I may have to cut it and chop it to make it fit under the Suburban and fit in hood clearance and blah blah blah, but I'm okay, I'll make that work. Now all the specs blew off when I pressure washed it, but I'm allowed to, for an OHV, I believe it's 42 cubic inches, but this is the biggest I'm going to get, I believe, or it's 41 or 42 cubic inches. This is 39.9 cubic inches, this motor is, so big as I can go, and my opinion, and I know a lot of the pros use these engines, so yeah, Kohler Command is going to be in the SS16 here. Once winter hits and me and my dad have a little bit more time, I'm going to have him go through it with me, and just going to build it up and hope it does good. So yeah, with all that being said, I bet I'm going to have to lock this rear end. I know I'm going to need to because I've seen it happen, and I know it will happen. I'll have so much power, I'm only going to be spinning one wheel because there's just not going to be any grip. So I'm going to have to lock this rear end. I'll pull it out. I have all the gaskets and shit for it, so that'll be good. And then that 6-inch pulley that was on this motor last season will probably be going on the Command, or I'll either be getting one of the pulleys I could change like on old Blues, and then that should be good. So yeah, that's the pull and tractor update. If you have any questions about any of the tractors, feel free to ask, and please rate, comment, subscribe.